Hello, my name is Bishop Paul Loverde. As I reflect on this year for priests, I look back and see a number of priests who were influential, but three stand out in a very special way. The first of these three was my cousin, who was a priest in Buffalo, New York. We called him Father Mike. His full name was Father Michael Giovino. The second was the pastor of our parish, Msgr. John F.X. Quinn, the pastor of St. Michael's Parish in Pawcatuck, Connecticut. And the third was a priest who belonged to a religious congregation called the Maris, Father Sylva LeCours. But these three have been very, very special and influential in my life. Father Mike encouraged me to consider my vocation in a very real way by his witness. I was about 8 years old when he came to visit our family from Buffalo. He had been ordained just about a year. He came with his parents, and I don't recall any words he said, but when he left to go back to Buffalo with his parents, I said to my mom and dad, "You know, when I grow up, I want to be like Father Mike." And something about him in that visit struck my heart. Now, as I got to know him later on, I saw his dedication, his zeal, his hard work for the church, his love for people. These were very influential as well. But initially, it was really a silent witness of who he was. Msgr. Quinn served in the parish, my home parish, probably almost 40 years. My favorite memory of Msgr. Quinn is watching him make the Stations of the Cross on his own. In other words, you could slip into church perhaps on an afternoon, and there he would be, making the stations quietly by himself. There was such a holiness that was exuded by that vision. And then the way and that holiness, of course, then, translated itself in the way that he was gentle with people, kind to them, understanding. And he had a favorite expression when you told him anything, particularly if it was a story of woe, he would say, "Oh, my, 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 my." But he was just a wonderful priest. I saw Father LeCours, again, an example of a priest who was very devoted to his ministry. In the case of Father LeCours, he was very devoted to young people. I met him first because I had joined the Columbian Squires, which is the junior level of the Knights of Columbus. And he was our chaplain. But also, I went 1 year to the 9th grade in the parish school where he was stationed. And in both those ways, I saw his great love for young people. And he was also wonderful in the confessional. People would, young and old, would say, really didn't matter, in a sense, what you confessed to him, because he would always be so kind and gentle, and no matter what it was, he'd probably give you 3 Hail Marys and be good, he would say. Father LeCours' qualities that meant so much to me and that I try to emulate was, first of all, his availability to people. No matter when you would call him, he would always be available, and you never sensed you were imposing on him. If Father LeCours and Msgr. Quinn and Father Mike were standing right in front of me, I think I would want to say, first of all, to them, thank you so much for the witness of priestly life and ministry that you gave me. Because perhaps you didn't know it, each of you, but in very, very real ways, very, very real ways, God used you to draw me closer to respond to his call. And to this very day, I see them as priestly men to emulate and to follow, and in a sense, in the case at least 2 of the 3 who've already gone home to the Lord, even to ask their help spiritually from heaven.